Moment 16 comes from the 1998 All-Ireland Hurling Semi-Final Replay. Referee Jimmy Cooney blew the full-time whistle 2.5 minutes short of normal time, with Clare 3 points ahead. The Offaly players and supporters remained on the pitch in protest, and following an inquiry, a rematch was ordered, which Offaly won. To vote for this unique moment of people power in the GAA, text moment16 or call us at the number.
What a finish we're having here. Offaly, who never really yielded to any opposition, even to the Munster and All-Ireland champions, gave it their all in the second half, had to make up an 8-point gap. That may prove decisive before the end of this. That's away by Kevin Martin, not too far. Keenan trying to get it out. Barry Murphy trying to get it back in. This is the man. And the referee has blown up his whistle, but I think he's blown up before time. I think there are 2 minutes left.
I blew the final whistle, but I was 5 minutes short in that game. People say 2. I actually played the 30-minute second half. There was 3 minutes of injury time, which meant that there was 5 minutes still to be played in it.
I think we will never know what happened, what really happened, or what Jimmy Cooney's reason for blowing the whistle when he did was. I do not accept that it was an error, a complete error. I think that he did it for some other reason. Either he knew he had made a big mistake in not sending off Michael Duignan, and there was a danger that Offaly might draw the match. I don't think there was any question of winning the game. Or else there was some other reason for it, connected with the controversy that was going on that year.
When you realise that you have made a mistake, and especially made a mistake in a very, very important game in All-Ireland semi-final, it's not a nice feeling. And you're going to the dressing room and the cameras are flashing in front of you, and you're nearly like a fella that was after murdering somebody. They're all flashing every side of you and made to get a picture, and they're nearly knocking one another out of their way. And you know, an odd fella waving a fish that you're maybe a hurley bin shoved in as well. So it's not a nice feeling.
When the crowd as one came onto the field, the Offaly people making this protest to show the GAA they weren't going to take this thing lying down or sitting down, as the case may be.
We were more than happy to get the replay, and I think from that moment on we knew we'd win the replay. You know, we knew from that day on that we had the advantage over them.
Definitely going into the meeting on the following day in Croke Park, we were given the impression that Colin Lynch would be back for that third game. And it was on that basis that we agreed to play the game against Offaly. Only to find out, of course, on the following Wednesday that he wasn't going to be allowed back. And I think once we had gone that far and agreed to the third game, I think it would be very disingenuous of us to have bowed out.
A bond developed between the players and the supporters that I don't think we had before that, and we felt it for the next year or two, but it was never anything as close as that. I certainly think it had a huge part to play in us going on and winning the All-Ireland that year.
The Offaly supporters have come onto the pitch and are now staging a protest over this semi-final replay. Yeah, hope you enjoyed all that. I enjoyed the last bit of it anyway. Now remember that you can see all of those 20 moments again next Saturday on RTE2 at 8 o'clock. That's in a special hour-long programme. And if you missed any of those voting details, we can check them on Airtel. That's on page 193. There's also details on the RTE website. Just Tommy and Cyril here were just chatting amongst yourselves just at the clips we saw. I suppose, Cyril, you know, the hurling there, the Clare sit down and all that sort of thing was incredible. The Offaly sit down. Offaly featured like so big in a lot of those moments we've shown.
Yeah, Michael, 3 things there. First of all, Offaly never got the recognition that they deserved. Great hurling county, one of the smallest counties in the country, very few clubs, brilliant players. Second thing, Davy Fitz would still think he'd win the Olympics. Now he's playing very well, but he wouldn't be able to run as fast as that now. He's gone very slow now, actually. Yeah. But the third thing and the most important thing, I think Gerald Nan's completely wrong now, Michael. Jimmy Cooney made a genuine mistake. Can happen to any man.
Yeah.
Put up his hand and like Clare or Offaly got a replay of it. It was tough looking Clare, but it was a genuine mistake. To think otherwise is completely crazy.
Yeah, OK, on the other side of it, I suppose, the one football clip we saw there, Michael Donlan has announced he's coming back to the Galway panel again. If he was to play football, anything like that now than he did in 1998, Galway could do it.
Yeah, sure. Michael Donlan really lit up Croke Park that year. You know what I mean? He was just phenomenal footballer. The whole anticipation from the crowd. Certain players have this aura about them that when they get the ball, the whole crowd rise. And Michael Donlan had that year. Had it for 2 or 3 years. You know, he's been ravaged with injuries over the last 2 or 3 years. Gee, I would love to see Michael Donlan back playing to that level. Just on the Jimmy Cooney thing. You know, with Jimmy Cooney here on this week, and Seamus Aldridge bumped into me in Croke Park today. He gave me off a stick about him, about my comments the previous week. And I would say Seamus Alger should be a bit like Jimmy Cooney there and maybe accept that he also made a mistake.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for that. Now, as I said, just a reminder again, next Saturday, 8 o'clock, you can see all those clips again. My thanks indeed to Tommy and to Sarah for being with us here on the programme tonight. Well, we now have finalists in both the football and hurling leagues. More for you on that next weekend, but for the moment,